Good morning. Good morning, boxing fans. George Zapata here with the Zapata Brand Boxing Podcast. And there's a few things I want to go over just before we get into it. I read an article today about Gervonta Tank Davis with his negotiating with the Saudi sports administrator and his demands for two Ferraris to come to fight in Saudi Arabia, most likely against Devon Haney. I have a couple theories about that. And I will get into them shortly. I'll also tell you what is coming up next in the Zapata Brand Boxing Podcast this week and what to look forward to. Gervonta Tank Davis put out a statement that he wants two Ferraris in order to go over and fight in Saudi Arabia, most likely against Devon Haney. Here's my thoughts on that. It is a negotiating process when you're negotiating on that level. In business, I'm in business. Let me explain it to you. You try to get as much as you can. He's not ducking Tank Davis is not ducking Devon Haney. It's not happening. There's the fighters on that level are not scared to fight anybody. I mean, let's start with that. Let's just start with that. They're not. He's been doing this long enough. A few things here. Number one, ducking. To say he's ducking is so preposterous because he has dominated every single person, as has Devon Haney. And I'm a Devon Haney fan. Tank Davis, not so much of a fan. I think he's a great fighter, but I'm just not much of a fan of him. Anyway, so there's no bias here. Tank Davis has dominated everybody. Okay. He is a small guy, whether you think it or not. He's small. He is not big. He is 130, 135 max. I'd like to see him probably 135. Devon Haney, on the other hand, is big and is a big 140 pounder. Hence, he's going to go to 47 pretty quickly, if not 54. So to say that Tank Davis is ducking him, it's the weight classes are there for a reason. Tank comfortably makes 130 pounds, 135. He fought at 40, but that was for a big fight against Ryan Garcia, which I believe he knew he would beat Ryan Garcia pretty easily. So that being said, if you're going into a negotiating contract, this happens in every single sport. But why is boxing any different? Boxing is probably one of the most dangerous ones because one fight, it could all end. In football, they had these contracts and they would have to renegotiate because they say that running backs, they only have a certain amount of time. And if they get an ACL injury, right. Okay. And I agree with that. And they would ask for the world. So why can't boxers do the same thing? Why is it such a big deal if boxers do it? They're putting their lives on the line here. They really are. And you're going to tell me that he can't negotiate? Here's what I think is going to happen. I think he's throwing that offer out there to see if they would take it. And to them, two Ferraris is like $50 for us. So I think that if that's what he really wanted, or if he's just throwing it out there, I don't think it's I don't want to fight him. Let's just see if I can get the world. If he can throw it out there, throw it out there. Get the two Ferraris, and you're going to get a big bag. Guaranteed, he's going to get a chunk of money to fight over there. And he should. He's done enough in this business to garner that kind of bag. He has, because he is the face of boxing at this point. Devon Haney, I believe, does provide a good name to the card here, but I think ultimately he doesn't sell like Tank Davis does. The fact is, I believe Tank can beat Devon Haney. I don't think he's worried about fighting him. I think he wants to get as much money as he can for as little opposition as he can, which is typical of most fighters. Everybody wants to see the best fight the best, but that's why boxing is the way boxing is. Until it gets cleaned up, that's what you're getting. You're getting fighters who may fight this guy, might fight this guy. Well, he could fight this guy. There's all different types of sanctioning bodies, all different types of belts. There's all different types of promoters, all different types of managers. That is why you get what you get. You got to get used to it. Every now and then you'll get a super fight come together, a Pacquiao Mayweather, a Mayweather De La Hoya, a Mayweather Hatton, and it's very rare once you have these two guys that are on so different opposite ends of the spectrum to come together to fight. And now what's going on here when you see Ryan Garcia now saying he's going to fight Rolly, then he's not fighting Rolly, then he's not fighting Ramirez, then he is fighting Tank again. It's so all over the place. I think Ryan Garcia is the money fight because it's an easier fight for any of them. But he's now going in all different types of directions. So you got to pull that out of the equation. Yeah, Rolly Romero and Isaac Cruz is gonna happen. That's gonna be an exciting fight, but it's not the fight we want to see. Why do we want to see that fight? It's not. It's that's not a mainstream. It's not a pay-per-view fight. That's for sure. Not a pay-per-view fight. Sorry, it's not. If it's on the undercard of someone like they used to do back in the 90s, where you'd have like a Tyson versus somebody, and underneath you'd have a couple good fighters, and those were Don King fighters. Yeah, decent fighters, but not this one. Mm-mm. So what I think the idea of Tank Davis saying that he wants 2 Ferraris, I think it's a business negotiation. I think in business, like I do, I want to know what is my ultimate top get. If I can get this, I'm really happy. If I get this, I'm walking away. I'd be happy here. So I think he's starting here. They'll probably come in here. And I bet you he agrees here. I think you will see Tank Davis fight in Saudi Arabia. Yeah, will it be against Devon Haney? I don't know. I don't think so. I think Devon Haney's gonna go out elsewhere and fight somebody else. And I think that will ultimately push that fight further away. Because I think Tank is going to stay where he's at, possibly 135, 140. Haney will knock him down. There are fights up there at 47 for him, and I think at some point he'll have to start fighting. They'll have to start fighting each other. So that's where I'm going with that. I think that I'm going to try to get someone else on the line to this week to kind of clarify all this stuff for us. But what I have coming up this week on the Zapata Brand Boxing Podcast is 2 things. Number 1, I got a big announcement, and it regards myself. And it's a journey that I want to have you guys go with me. If you can, like and subscribe to the channel, so that way you can follow this journey with me. I'll reveal it tonight or tomorrow morning, one or the other, as soon as I get my editing done. And it's a journey. It's something very excited. We're excited here on the podcast to announce, and it's something I'm sure you guys would be excited too. If you like boxing and you like the kind of content we put out, you're going to enjoy this journey that we're going to be on. Also, tonight I'm interviewing Olivia Ford. Olivia Ford is a 3-time women's national champion. She is fighting in the 165-pound women's division, and she leaves for Missouri tomorrow. I'm going to get her on tonight, edit it, and probably get it up there tomorrow. But tonight on the podcast, Brandon Bulletproof Glanton, what a great young man. He is a tremendously exciting fighter, and someone that I think you're going to want to follow. He'll be on tonight, 7 p.m., right here on the Zapata Brand Boxing Podcast. Also, I wanted to give you a little update as to what's going on with the quick hits. We'll be getting them together. Jersey Jay-Z has his channel now, straight out of Jersey with Jersey Jay-Z. He's just interviewed Lee Priest in a great interview. They talked about the sponsorship issues that was going on with Lee Priest. Also, he had Greg Valentino on, the guy who started this podcast with us. Greg Valentino also has a great interview up with Jersey Jay-Z. That's straight out of Jersey. Jersey Jay-Z, his podcast. Go over there on YouTube to his channel, subscribe to his channel also. Get him close to 1,000 subscribers as soon as we can. Also, this week on the Zapata Brand Podcast, we're going to try to get Rachel Charles's fighters on just the same. Zizzo is going to be fighting in Saudi Arabia on the undercard of the Anthony Joshua, Francis Ngannou card. So hopefully we get him on. Probably try to get Buddy McGirt on again. Rachel Charles will be here. But again, like and subscribe to the channel to follow my journey. I'm going to tell you exactly what's going on. I will drop the video really quickly. And remember, don't be envious of what I've accomplished in my life. Be inspired by what you can do in yours.
Thanks for watching the Zapata Brand Podcast. Please subscribe to the podcast and listen where all podcasts are available.